gotta put you like this.
Here's my audience, and we have one extra on a Zoom meeting. You know? Okay, my informative topic today is how to solve global warming, simplified. Okay, the world is decaying around us, and there's nothing we can do about it. And the big businesses that can do something aren't. But there is hope. Businesses and the government are all working towards solutions to combat global warming crisis. But you may ask, what are these solutions? Well, in this PowerPoint, I will go over the solutions and break it down for you. You will learn about why and how fossil fuels should and are being decreased in use. I've completed a year of study regarding how natural disasters are caused by global warming. The information in this speech will keep you informed on the most important development in the history of mankind, global warming. And the information present in this speech is a huge responsibility. First, global warming is the largest issue we as humans have ever faced. It has put us in the Holocene extinction event, which is human caused. It marks the beginning of the end for all of humanity and all animals that are present on the planet. And the changing climate right now, it's irreversible. There's nothing we can do to reverse the effects, but we can stop it in its tracks, which is important. Okay, to stop climate destruction, we must use renewable energy. Fossil fuels account for 92% of CO2 emissions in the US, as said by the US Energy Information Administration. Now, CO2 is a greenhouse gas. It traps heat in the atmosphere and does not let it back out. And that's what causes global warming. Now, to combat this, we need to switch to nuclear, solar, and wind energy. All renewables that do not put out as much CO2 as coal or other energy, like as in oil. So, now the costs. Coal costs $110 per megawatt hour to produce. Solar costs $36 to $44 per megawatt hour, which means it's much more efficient and it doesn't give out any CO2 or greenhouse gases. Wind costs us $29 to $56 depending on where you put it. On the west coast, there's a lot more wind, so there would be a good spot to place it. And another alternative would be nuclear energy. It's a little bit more dangerous and risky, as seen in Chernobyl, and it costs $112 to $189. So it's not our first choice, but it is a better choice than coal. Reducing carbon emissions should not be put on the individual. According to the Carbon Majors report with the Climate Accountability Institute, 100 corporations are responsible for 71% of the CO2 world emissions. The biggest player, pictured here, is China coal industry. Now, what can you do as an individual to reduce your own carbon footprint? You can use electric cars. They make 150% less CO2 emissions than the typical car, as said by the Tesla Impact Report for 2020. Another thing you can do is change from a meat diet to a vegetarian diet, and that could save up to 40% of CO2 emissions over the average human. In conclusion, now you know why global warming is a global crisis, how society needs to change to avoid it, and what you can do to reduce your own emissions. Thank you.